personal and community issues, let's see. So health of all the living organisms, the diversity of life in the environment, all the living organisms, health of these living organisms depends on what? Surroundings and environment both. So what comes under environment? Environment means physical environment. What comes under physical environment? Suppose if there are cyclones, floods, there will be effect on your health, right? So that is what comes under physical environment. That natural disasters occur means your health will be getting affected if natural disasters occur. So your environment also needs to be in good condition if you need to be healthy. Then environment means society, social environment. Then if your societies are not good, if there is no cleanliness around your house, then it will have adverse effect on your health. Then if no garbage is collected, we throw garbage in the garbage bins, right? So the municipal corporations make sure that these garbages are collected. Then if the garbage is not collected, the lots of garbage will be accumulated near our homes. Then that will make house for lots of microorganisms. Decaying will happen, degrading will happen, lots of microorganisms will be there, and there will be a chance for diseases to occur. Then if no drains are clean, the water from our houses goes into the drains. If the drains are clogged, if the drains are not clean, again there is a chance of getting diseases. What happens if the garbage is not collected and the drains are not clean? There are chances of possibility of having poor health. Then public cleanliness is definitely important for our individual health, not only our houses. The area around our houses also needs to be clean. So that is what here it means. Public cleanliness is also important for individual health. Then food for health. For being healthy, definitely you need some raw material. You need to supply some raw material for your cells. That is in the form of food. You have to give food to your body for the cells to function properly. Then good economical conditions. There should be need to be happy. Then you should have good jobs. If you have job only, you will get money. Then only you can buy food for your body. Then only you will be healthy. If there is no job, you will not get food. Then social equality and harmony are also important. So all these factors together constitute personal and community factors which are both essential for good health. The distinction between healthy and disease free. You must know the difference between being healthy and disease free. So what is disease? Disease itself gives, the word itself gives us the meaning of the word disease. Disease means disturbed ease. That means being uncomfortable. You are not comfortable, you are having some problem in the body. Suppose you are suffering from diseases without knowing the causes. For example, if you are having loose motions, you will not know what has caused loose motions. Maybe some contaminated water or contaminated food or any pollution or anything, water pollution or anything. So if you are suffering from a disease, sometimes you don't know the cause of it. Suppose you get cold without any reason, even though the environment is not cold. So you are suffering from cold. You don't know why you are suffering, but just you know that you are not healthy. You are having some discomfort in the body. So what is good health for you? For you students, the good health means able to do all the school work, come to school daily, concentrate on what teachers are teaching, showing some interest in the studies, showing some interest in the games and cultural activities. This is good health for you. Then good health for a dancer means able to do all the movements of the body, stretch his body. Then what does good health for a musician mean? Able to blow the flutes easily. If his lungs are functioning properly, he is able to breathe properly. That is good health for him. So every individual, if he is able to perform his daily activities in a proper manner, that is good health for that individual. So what is poor health and what is disease? You should know the difference between the poor health and a disease. This is not similar. Disease means you properly actually know that you are suffering from something. But poor health means having loose motions, sometimes headache. You get headache, but you exactly do not know the cause why you are getting. Sometimes it will be a gradual headache due to some exam tension or something due to environment changes, weather changes. But sometimes headache may be due to some disease like meningitis or any fevers or any other like migraines or anything. So a normal headache is just a state of being poor health, but it is not always associated with a disease. Sometimes the headache may be associated with diseases like meningitis, migraine, some fevers or anything. So that is the difference between being poor health and disease. One more example I can tell you is cold. Sometimes you get cold and cough. Why? Because sometimes your neighbors, your friends, the people sitting beside you have cold, then you catch it via the air contamination. Suppose your friends are having cold, you catch it. How? Because it is cold is an infectious disease, spreads from person to person, it is contagious disease. So without knowing the actual cause, how the cold has come, you get cold. It is a natural thing, it may be contaminated from some person, but sometimes the cold will be related to some disease like any pulmonary diseases, any disorders of the respiratory tract. So that is the difference between poor health and a disease. Then suffering from loose motions without knowing the cause. This is the example of poor health. Then when we are talking about a disease, we are talking only about an individual, one individual who is suffering from one single disease. We are not talking about a group of people. So good health for all means being disease free, being healthy and being comfortable. So disease and its causes. So what does a disease actually look like? Disease means the state of being wrong. You will feel that there is something wrong in your body and you are not healthy. You are not able to perform all your daily activities. So how do you know there is something wrong in your body? That means if you have some poor health, you will have definitely some signs and symptoms that will give you an indication that there is something wrong. So cells make up to form tissues. Then these tissues make up to form physiological or organ system of your body. That means they form all the organs of the body. So what do these organs do? They do all the functions of the body. Like digestion is carried out by intestine in the digestive system. Then musculoskeletal system supports the strength of the body, mechanical support of the body and helps in movement. So all the functions of the bodies are carried out by these organ systems. When there is a disease, definitely there will be some disturbances in these organ systems. When there is disease, there will be disturbance in these organ systems of our body. So when there is disease, functioning or appearance of these systems will change. Either functioning of these systems or appearance, look-wise, these systems will change. Then these give rise to the symptoms. What you tell, like stomach pain, headache, all these are symptoms. So these give rise to these symptoms. Suppose if you have headache, cold, cough, wound with a pus, all these are the diseases. The names of examples of diseases are headache, cold, cough, wound with a pus. Then you will know that definitely there is some disease in your body. Suppose you have a wound with a pus coming out from that, then you can immediately tell that there is some infection in that body, in that part of the body where there is an infection and the pus is oozing out. Pus means abscess. The abscess is oozing out. What is pus made up of? Pus is made up of dead cells and bacteria together form pus or abscess. Then cold, cough, all these indicate that you have some kind of disease in their body. Then what are the signs of the disease? So signs of the disease always depends on the symptoms. What all symptoms you tell indicate which disease you have got. Your physician or doctor will check you and will know the signs of the disease depending on the symptoms you tell him what all is happening. So that means there is something, the state of being wrong. So depending on the symptoms what you are having, you will tell the physician. He will know the signs of the disease and he can name the disease. He can come to a conclusion what disease have come in your body. Then if necessary, he will also write some lab tests to confirm the disease. What are the common lab tests written? CBP and CUP, complete blood picture and complete urine picture are some of the common lab tests what physicians write to confirm the signs of their disease. Then we have two types of disease, acute disease and chronic disease. So manifestation of any disease, that means manifestation of the disease depends on how you perceive the disease and duration. So if the disease comes, you lay on the bed 24 hours, you stop doing your daily activity, you stop going to school, all these on your behavior it depends how you are perceiving the disease and the duration, how you are making it prolonged or what, depends. Manifestation of the disease depends on how you perceive the disease. If you think it is small, it will be small. Otherwise, if you stop all your daily activities, rest all the day, then it seems like something there is very serious. And the duration, how many days the disease lasts, also determines which type of disease it is. There are two types of disease, acute and chronic. Acute disease always lasts for a shorter period. The onset is small and the last for 2-3 days or maximum 1 week. Example, common cold. Cold if you get maximum it will be 1 week to 10 days, then it will go away. So acute diseases last for a shorter period, whereas chronic diseases, the onset, that means The disease may come suddenly. Onset means the time which takes for the disease to show in your body. So the chronic means chronic disease, the onset will be sudden or any time, but they last for a longer time, maybe for a lifetime or for a longer duration. Examples of such diseases are TB. TB means tuberculosis. It affects the lungs, right? Then the lungs will not function properly, and this disease will continue up to a lifetime. Then elephantiasis. Elephantiasis, you see people, somebody's legs, the thighs and the part below the knees will be very much swollen in size. That will be due to the filarial worm. So elephantiasis also lasts for a long time. So that is the difference between acute and chronic. Acute has a sudden onset and lasts for a shorter period. Chronic disease lasts for a longer time.